Hello guys, this is Marcus from Wave Trader Crypto. I hope everyone is doing absolutely great. And today I'm going to give you guys an updated price analysis of BTC USD. Because if we dive into price straight away, we can see that price actually didn't do that much. It has been moving quite choppy, to say the least, and that we have had no real great indication that price is going somewhere. However, as we can see that the latest 4-hour candle has proven to be quite bullish, but I'm still very skeptical, and I'm gonna explain you guys why exactly I'm still skeptical and why one needs to be very careful around current price, actually the current position we are inside, because it can go both ways. But let's start off with our initial analysis of scenario 1. Um, as previously, we have predicted that this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 first impulse, correction, impulse. Now, you could see the correction in multiple ways. You could see it in a very complicated manner where you have triple ABCs, for example, A, B, C, and then this is A, B, C, and then another A, B, C, and this would be then 1 and then 2. Now, that is one scenario. There's also another scenario where one could say this could be correction A, B, and then C, especially that because of the 4-hour candle we are experiencing right now, is that the reason why it could be the ending of wave C, because usually you have a big impulse after the ending of the correction. Now the reason why it could be an A, B, C like this as well, and I see what you guys are thinking, how can it be an A, B, C, or how can this wave be B when it already crossed to the upper side? Well, this usually happens, and what's a good indication is that we've actually seen quite some wicks here, and price never truly opened above the previous high, which is a good indication. It only did so on the lower time frame, and it barely even did on the lower time frame, because we opened the candle here and then the candle opened a little high and then straight away went to the downside. So that's a good indication that that's not really uh, crossing the latest high. So that is that. And the reason why I'm a bit skeptical right now is I don't think it's BTC pumping right now. What I think is happening is it's simply the US dollar is being quite weak at the moment, and that for me is not a good indication that BTC is going to pump in big numbers. I'm not denying that BTC can pump with an extremely weak dollar, but then we're kind of analyzing Dixie, or as others might call it, US dollar index, and that's not really what I want to do. What I want to do is analyze it, and then, for example, if we go to US Euro US dollar, we can see that price action is actually quite similar, and that is not good in my opinion, especially this leg to the downside. If we compare it to Euro US dollar, we can see that it's quite similar. You have to move down a little upward and then down and then upward. If we compare it to BTC, it's almost similar. You have the down move, up, down, up. Now that means, like I said, that it's just the dollar being quite weak. And I'm not saying that we cannot go to these levels with just a weak dollar and not a necessarily strong Bitcoin, but I'm just saying that I'm a bit more skeptical when we have those types of pumps going on. What I would love to see is, for example, BTC and Euro US dollar not looking alike at all. For example, if we have a pump right here, right now, we what I would want to see is that, for example, Euro US dollar is not doing anything at all, or even going down. That for me would be a great indication. And if we go to any news, there's not been any major um, major news announcements that caused this massive bull candle, but it's just the Dixie being weak, because even if we go to Dixie, US dollar currency index, we can see indeed that it's going down. Now, that is scenario one. I'm still, oops, I'm still bullish, that for sure, but the way price is moving as well in this very choppy manner, and actually quite corrective manner, is not a very strong indication that we're gonna see this massive bullish movement to the upside, and eventually another correction, and then the final correction before we're gonna see 30k, because normally an impulse doesn't look like this. It's more aggressive, and I don't see any aggressive price action right now, especially that it seems to be continuously responding to the lower end of this trend line. So you see there's still some sell orders here and there. Of course, we can be a lot more satisfied about going to the upside if we break through correction pattern 4 of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bullish bearish movement down. Then we have a slightly better indication, because then the whole correction pattern is broken. So that is that for scenario number 1. Scenario number 2, that would indicate that this is still, for example, wave 3, and then wave 4 would end somewhere there, and then wave 5 would finally end with another leg to the downside. So that is the other scenario, and that is not reason for concern at all, because like I told you guys, you shouldn't be trading in these ranges. It's so tricky and risky, because yes, for example, what I recommended for the extremely risk-seeking traders who want to get as much percentage in their portfolio as possible, but of course with a huge percentage to lose a lot as well, is that one would wait until price crosses through here, the latest high, wait for a correction, and yes, if you bought here, you already probably grabbed some okay percentage, like 3.3, that's fine, and you can hold it until here if you're that confident, but it's extremely risky, and like I said, I do not recommend it at all. Now let's say we make this leg to the downside. It's no reason for concern. Why? Because I'm still very bullish. The fact that there's so much confluence going on right now, as we have spoken in previous videos, is just the fact that this is the final correction of this bigger movement right here. I don't think, it's very, very, very unlikely that we're gonna see another leg down to levels such as 15k, etc. I think the lowest we could go right now would be somewhere 19, 18k, but not any lower. Like the latest low here, weekly low, is 17.5. I don't think we're gonna cross that at all. Now let's say price makes a leg down. It's going to be a little more complicated when reading this price action right here. To sum it up, because I'm gonna do it in another video if it happens, it could be that price could be like wave 1 could end here, then we have an ABC, wave 2 here, actually ABC, wave 2 here. That would be the final leg down, and then an impulse. So that's just speculation for now. We're just gonna see what price action does in the meantime. What I recommend you guys to do is just wait. Sit on your hands, let price just go. If it goes aggressively to the upside, sure, you missed a movement for now, but you didn't risk your money, because it's extremely unlikely and not very probable that we're gonna see a massive aggressive bull run to the upside and then a correction and then up. If it goes up, it's gonna go a lot more gentle. Of course, there's going to be one aggressive movement and a massive correction, and then a more gentle movement, but not a continuously green bar momentum to the upside. So that's not very likely for now. Now for other scenarios, there's not really room for other scenarios right now. So this is price analysis for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I will update tomorrow, and I will go into details a little bit further what I meant with scenario number 2. Obviously it's not valid, but just in case, so you guys understand how scenario number 2 would look like. Okay guys, that was it. Take care and have a good one.